Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about 10 signs or 10 red flags the narcissist has a new supply or another supply. A lot of people don't recognize these red flags I'm about to give you. I put together this massive list, okay? Massive list of things that you should look for to recognize whether that narcissist has another supply. And later on, people end up finding out there was a new supply and they missed the red flags that I'm going to give you. All right. So when you see these 10 red flags, I may go over 10 because I put together a complete list for you guys. You're going to know that, things aren't right here. Okay. Now, the things that I'm about to tell you are things that you wouldn't know unless you went through it, okay? I went through this. This is why I could put down this massive list for you and really inform you guys. A typical person, a psychologist or somebody like that is not going to know most of these 10 flags, all right, that I'm going to give you. So that's why I always say, the best information you get is from somebody who has experienced it, somebody who went through it, because they could tell you specifically what these narcissists do. Okay, so let me dive in. Number one, red flag, a narcissist has a new supply. And this is a big one, all right? The narcissist ghosts you from time to time. This is one of the first things I always ask one of my clients, when they are telling me about the narcissist that they're dealing with. I always ask them, did the person disappear on you at any point, right? Did they not pick up their phone all night? Did they disappear all weekend or something like that? So one of the big red flags, an obvious red flag, is that the narcissist ghosts you. Now, a lot of people automatically assume, well, the narcissist is ghosting you, and they're going to believe the gaslighting that the narcissist gives them. They'll tell them, oh, I fell asleep. I didn't have my phone on me. Sorry, that's why I didn't pick up the phone. Or I was working late. Or my phone battery died. This is all gaslighting, okay? The narcissist ghosted you, didn't pick up their phone. Maybe they said, oh, I'll call you tonight. They never called you, and you kept calling them, and they weren't picking up their phone. Narcissists will typically ghost people when they have another supply because they can't pick up the phone. There's the other supply sitting right there with them, right? And so they don't want to be questioned. They don't want the other supply to know about you. So they just disappear and they come back later and they gaslight you and they tell you, oh, they love to use the sleep as an excuse. Oh, I was sleeping, or I didn't have my phone on me. Or they'll give you an emergency. Oh, I was in the ER with my mother or something. They come out with outlandish excuses why they ghost you. But ghosting is a big, big red flag. And the joke about all this is narcissists always have their phones on them, always. But then they'll ghost you and say they don't have their phone on them. Red flag, this person is running game on you. So I'm going to give you all how narcissists run game on you and they have another supply, okay? Next sign, the narcissist has a new supply, they devalue you, okay? The minute that the narcissist starts putting you down, criticizing you, being sarcastic, giving you little jabs here or there, okay, is the first sign that you should know that they have somebody else. They're devaluing you because they don't care anymore, okay? They have their backup in place. They have a new supply. So now they don't have to tread water with you. They don't have to be careful of what they say to you anymore, because if things go awry with you, they could always bounce over, monkey branch over to that other supply. So And the other thing, too, is narcissists start to compare you to the new supply, and they start to grow a aversion towards you because now the new supply is looking so great in their eyes. And so now they're still with you. They haven't ended it with you because they're keeping you around for whatever benefit they can get out of you, but they start to devalue you. And that's when you know the love bombing's over, okay? The love bombing's over. They're starting to put you down. And generally, this happens because they're bored of you or they have gotten all the supply they can get out of you. They start to see things they don't like in you, and they have somebody else in place. They have somebody else in place. See, I've heard other influencers say, oh, when you break up with the narcissist, the first thing they're going to do is jump into another relationship. Well, here's something I have to tell you. They already had that relationship before they even broke up with you. And this is a hard reality, a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. That narcissist, 90% of the time, had somebody either during the whole time they were with you or towards when the devaluation period started. That's when they had somebody else in place, okay? Because they're not going to devalue you unless they know that there's somebody else around. Because let's say they start devaluing you and you say, I don't need this. I don't need this crap from this person. And you walk out on them. Now the narcissist has nobody, right? So they'll never, ever take that chance of, being left alone or having nobody. So they feel more confident when they have somebody, and that's when they're going to start to devalue you, okay? Next sign a narcissist has a new supply, excuses, constant excuses. And again, gaslighting. What do I always tell you guys? I tell you, you've got to know you're gaslighting. You've got to recognize gaslighting. Gaslighting is a way for the narcissist to confuse you and play mind tricks with you. It's a way for them to deceive you. And one of those ways they can gaslight you is by excuses. Oh, sorry, can't see you this weekend. I got my kids. Oh, sorry, I got to help my mother out this weekend. Oh, I have so much work. I can't see you. I'm working late again, all right? They love to say that they use work constantly. Oh, I got to work, all right? Meanwhile, they're always claiming they're broke. Where's all the money with them working all the time, right? It's all gaslighting to confuse you, to make you think that they're doing something when they're really not doing that, all right? So they're going to give you constant excuses why they can't see you, why they didn't call you, why they're not affectionate. Excuse, baby. All right. So listen, when somebody's into you, they're not going to be making excuses. Okay. They're going to want to see you. They're going to want to call you on a regular basis. They're not going to keep giving you excuses. Now, moving on to the next sign, the narcissist has a new supply. And this is a big one. Okay. This is a big one. They don't want to sleep with you, or they don't want to sleep with you all the time. It's once in a blue moon, okay? They may sleep with you, let's say once a month or whenever it is, just to shut you up and not show you their real hand, but they're not looking to sleep with you, or they make excuses why they don't want to sleep with you. They may say something like, well, sex isn't everything in a relationship. Anybody who tells you that, okay? You guys, I'm giving you game here. Anybody who tells you sex isn't everything in a relationship is somebody who generally is not into you and is with you for other reasons. Money, place to live, or just using you for convenience. You're a mother figure, but they're not into you, okay? And they're using that as an excuse to not have sex with you. So if a narcissist doesn't want to have sex with you, you can trust and believe they are most definitely having sex with somebody else, okay? As a matter of fact, here's another hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. A lot of times the narcissist comes to see you and they had just seen the other supply, all right? They had just seen the other supply. Maybe they told you they were working late last night. Maybe they told you they went to bed early last night, but they get it in. Let's say they're coming to see you for the weekend. I had somebody say to me, I had a client say, well, they were with me every weekend. How could they have somebody else? Well, they're not with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So they were getting it in sometime. They were probably getting it in before they came to see you, or they were getting it in during the week. Maybe early morning, maybe their lunch hour, maybe they told you they were working when they weren't working, maybe late at night. They're getting it in, okay? They're getting it in somewhere. So if they're not looking to sleep with you, you could trust and believe they are getting it in with some other time, all right? They're there for other reasons. Another big sign that the narcissist has a new supply or other supply, they're glued to their phones. Glued to their phones. They're on the couch. They're on their phone 24/7. Maybe you're watching a movie with them and they're on their phone constantly on their phone. You go out to eat with them. They're on their phone constantly on their phones. The other big red flag is they're constantly guarding their phone. No matter where they go, the phone comes with them. They go in the bathroom, the phone comes in the bathroom. Now, for all the trolls that come back at me and say, well, I take my phone in the bathroom and I'm not a narcissist. Well, I'm not saying everybody that takes their phone into the bathroom is a narcissist. A narcissist is taking their phone into the bathroom because they're texting or quick calling another supply because they got to stay in contact with them, all right? So don't think all the time in absolutes. Narcissists are doing this because they're being deceptive. They're trying to, keep in contact. They have to keep in contact with the other supply because they don't want the other supply to get suspicious that they have someone, they have you, okay? They always got to appear like they're single to everybody. So they'll be guarding their phones. Their phone will be turned down, okay, in case the notifications go off, or they'll just turn their notifications off. They'll put their phone on airplane mode. I mean, there's 1,001 tricks they do so that you don't see the other supply calling in. They may talk to the other supply. They love to talk to them on WhatsApp. They love to talk to them on Signal app. They love to talk to them on Discord. They love to talk to them on Snapchat, okay? I mean, it's so easy to cheat today, okay, you guys? It is just so easy. I mean, but the thing is, if you see that they're more concerned with being on their phone than they are with spending time with you, that's because they're keeping in contact with their other supply. And they'll use excuses. They'll say, oh, I'm just playing a video game. I'm playing 8-ball pool, or I'm playing poker on my phone, or I'm playing a game on my phone, or something like that. This is a reason for them to be on their phone and you not to be suspicious. But meanwhile, they're texting in between, being on their phone. You may walk by them and then, they pop up the game, okay? I tell you, it's really ridiculous. But these are the things that they do, all right? Now, next sign, the narcissist has a new supply. The love bombing obviously has stopped, okay? The emojis, the kissy emojis have stopped. They're barely texting you, all right? They're barely texting you. They're barely calling you. And why is that? Because they're busy with somebody else, all right? So what they're doing is they're putting you on the shelf. You're being breadcrumbed now. Now you're being breadcrumbed, but they're not going to throw you away because you could be of use to them from time to time when maybe they want to come to see you for sex. Maybe they're using you for money. But you're going to see that the energy is not there. They're not going to be calling as much. They're not going to be texting as much. And you're going to feel that withdrawal. You're going to be like, what happened to the person that had me on the phone for hours? Now I'm just getting the good morning, beautiful, good morning, handsome text. And then the occasional how's your day text in the middle of the day. And then at night, good night, beautiful. Hope you had a good day. They're touching base with you. That is a narcissist who has checked out and who has another supply. And they're doing the bare minimum to keep you around. Okay. And if you question them on it and say, you don't call me as much, you don't text me as much, never do that. Okay. Because then the narcissist knows they got you hook, line, and sinker. But now the narcissist knows, the narcissist is going to gaslight you and just give you excuses and say, oh, I'm sorry, beautiful, I've just been busy, or they love to say, I'm going through something, I don't know what's the matter with me. I have they love to use mental illness too. Oh, I have such anxiety. I've been having panic attacks. I just needed time to myself, this and that. Now, you've got to ascertain whether this person really is going through a mental issue or whether they're using it as an excuse, okay? And narcissists love to use this as excuses. They also love to use the fact of calling themselves autistic as an excuse, all right? So, if they ever did that in the autism group, they would rip them up and spit them out, okay? So, autism and narcissism are two completely different things, all right? I'm not even going to get into those issues. I've done a podcast on that. So if you want to understand that, go on my YouTube at the Game Exposed podcast, do a search for autism, and I explain in that podcast the difference, okay? I have 2 kids with autism, so I get into it and I explain it pretty good for you guys to understand. Next, okay, they run hot and cold. Now, a normal person does not run hot and cold. All right. They may have their bad days and this and that, but they'll never run cold like that. OK, they may explain to you, oh, I'm having problems here. I'm having problems there. They're going to want to be close to you because they care about you. But a narcissist who's running game on you and has another supply is going to be running hot and cold with you. They're hot with you when they don't have another supply, and they're cold with you when they do have another supply, okay? And it's pretty much, it goes like that. When they're having problems with the new supply or other supply, they're going to be hot with you. They're going to be giving you a lot of attention. They're going to be calling you a lot. They're going to be showing you affection. But when their things are going good with the other supply, they're going to be cold to you, okay? Because a narcissist can't put their energy in both places. It's going to show, all right? The truth always comes to the surface, and you're going to see it by their behaviors and their actions, all right? They're going to run hot and cold. So this person, 9 times out of 10, has another supply. That's why they're being cold to you. That's why they're making excuses, why they can't see you. That's why they're ghosting you. That's why they're not picking up their phone. And this brings me to the next one, all right? This brings me to the next one. I had a client who was dealing with this, where she said, he would say to her, oh, I can't talk, but I could text. Now, I have to laugh, okay? If they say, oh, I can't get on the phone, beautiful or handsome, I can't get on the phone, but I could text you, it's because they have somebody there. Most of the time, it's the other supply is there and they can't get on the phone, okay? That person is running game on you. Game. Because even they'll use excuses like, oh, I'm with my kid or I'm with my mother. If they're your partner and you're in an exclusive relationship, there should be absolutely no reason why they don't pick up that phone and get on that phone with you. So if they're not getting on the phone with you, then they are hiding you. They're with another supply and they don't want that other supply to know who it is, okay? So they figure they could sneak in texting in between, but they can't get on the phone because then that person's going to question them, who you on the phone with, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So if they're not getting on the phone with you, they have another supply. Period. End of story. I'm not going to debate it. It is fact. All right. If they're not getting on the phone with you, and this is what a lot of narcissists do that are juggling a lot of supply. They never, ever call you. They may call you the first day, second day, maybe the third day, but then they won't call you on a regular basis. It's going to be constant texting. See, and the other thing, too, is when somebody really cares about you, they want to get on the phone. They want to hear your voice. They want to feel close to you, okay? So if they're just texting, and they tell you point blank period that they can't get on the phone, they've got somebody else. They got another supply, all right? And here's another one for you guys, all right? Another sign the narcissist has a new supply. They're not thirsty for you. This is the biggest sign, okay? This is the biggest sign. They may be with you. They may come see you, this and that. but you feel alone. You feel like they have an attitude like they couldn't care less whether they were there with you. They're not looking to sit next to you. They're distant. They're not thirsty for you. Maybe you haven't seen them all week, or you haven't seen them in a couple of weeks, and they're not thirsty for you. They should be fucking thirsty, okay? And they would be fucking thirsty if they didn't have that other supply. So if they're not thirsty for you, it's because somebody else is feeding them. It's because they're talking or seeing somebody else, okay? That's just a fact, you guys, okay? So, that's how you're going to know. That's a big indicator, and that's why you got to trust your gut. The gut never lies. But a slimy, shady narcissist will say something to you like, oh, don't trust your gut. The gut isn't always right. That's how you know you're dealing with a shady narcissist. And I know this from experience because I had a shady narcissist actually tell me that, oh, you can't trust your gut. Your gut is never right. That is the narcissist gaslighting, planting the seed of doubt for you to not trust your intuition. So if anybody comes to you and tells you that, you're dealing with a shady character who's trying to make you doubt your intuition, okay? I'm telling you guys all of this from experience. No better life lesson than real life experience of somebody who went through it, and I'm giving it to you to try to protect you so that if you see any of these shady red flags, ding, 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 I'm dealing with a shady person, and 9 times out of 10, it's probably a narcissist, okay? You got to look at all the characteristics and see, do they blame shift? Did they not take accountability? Are they a gaslighter? All these things, right? But they will not be thirsty for you, all right? Now, I'm going to throw in 2 bonus things for you guys because I just thought about it. I added it to my list, all right? The next thing the narcissist will do, or a red flag, you'll know they have another supply, is number 1, they keep talking about their exes, all right? If they keep talking about their exes, even in a negative way, like my ex is a bitch, she did this with the kids, my ex did that, oh, she's this, she bitch that, bitch this, he sucks, that, all that. If they keep going on and on and on and on and on about their exes, they could be still involved with their ex. There's still a connection there, okay? They're not over their exes, all right? And they try to throw you off by saying something negative about them, but meanwhile, they could still have a situationship with their exes. A lot of times, they get involved with you, and they're not completely broken up with their ex. They're on a break or something like that, right? And then they leave you and you say, oh, they left me for their ex. Well, they never, ever were an ex. You were just the side piece and you didn't even realize it, okay? So a lot of times the new supply is not new. It's their exes. But, they fight with their ex. They go off. They start with you and they tell you that they're single when they're really not single. And then you start in this relationship with them and then you find out they go back to their ex. Well, their ex was always around. So what I'm trying to tell you is listen and see if there's still a lot of drama with their exes. And the way you're going to know that is they keep bringing up their ex's name. Now, here's another one for you. If it's not their ex, they could keep bringing up somebody's name. Let's say it's somebody at work. Oh, the chick at work did this, or the guy at work did that. They keep bringing up somebody's name, or my homegirl did this, Oh, my homegirl did that. Oh, my homeboy did this. Oh, they were really funny the other day. They did this. If they keep bringing up somebody's name, constantly bringing up somebody's name, you guys, I'm giving you the game. 99% of the time, that's the person that they're hooking up with and they have their situationship, or they're the new supply, okay? The person that they're talking about, because narcissists, they're blabbermouths. This is how they tell on themselves. They can't resist talking about the other supply, but they try to do it in a discreet manner. And some of them actually like to do it, and they're chuckling to themselves knowing they're deceiving you, okay? So they may bring up, the girl at work, she always does this and everything like that. And I was telling her that, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, what's the deal with the new person at work? Why do they keep bringing up the new person at work or this or that, right? Because that's the person that they are hot for. That's the new supply. So listen if they keep bringing somebody's name up, okay? And like I said, remember what I told you. Even if they're talking bad about that person, that could be to throw you off the scent that, they're having anything to do with them, all right? Because it's funny, because I actually saw this on an episode of Cheaters where he had another girl and he was telling his girl, about her, and he was saying, he couldn't stand her, she's the bitch, she's this and that. And then she was with Cheaters and she caught him with the other girl. And the first thing she said to him was, why are you with her? I thought you didn't like her. You said she was a bitch. You said she was this. You thought she was that. Well, he played you. Da-da. He told you all those things so you wouldn't think that he was having something to do with them. So that's somebody who thinks they're slick, running game on you, and throws you off track by telling you how much they hate the person, when in fact they're sleeping with the person and living that double life, okay? Now, I'm getting down to the end here. Next sign that the narc has a new supply, your gut, okay? Your gut just tells you something's off. It just feels off, okay? When you see yourself start Googling shit, you got a problem, okay? Like if you go on Google and say, why was my boyfriend, didn't want sex when he sees me? Or why did my boyfriend not want to kiss me? Or my girlfriend not want to kiss me? Why are they always... If you find yourself doing things like this, you're Googling it, you got a problem. You're dealing with a shady narcissist that's telling you one thing, telling you they love you, they care about you, they're into you, only you, baby, you're my soulmate. But then you're seeing that you're not feeling it, okay? You're not feeling it, okay? You're feeling like they're distant. It's because they are distant. And that's what you got to trust. You got to trust the feeling that you have, not the words that they're telling you. And I just did a post on this where I said, just because a narcissist tells you they love you doesn't mean they do love you, because people will talk shit all the time to get what they want, okay? So it's not what they say. What's the old adage? It's not what they say. It's what they do. It's what they show you. It's what they show you, and it's their behaviors that will tell you whether this person is sincere, they're real, or they're just playing a game with you, okay? Next, all right? And I wanted to throw this one in too. Narcissists love to say this, okay? And it's happened to me. It's happened to a client of mine. It happened to other people I know. They'll say something like, I don't need to be here, all right? I don't need to. If a narcissist tells you that, I don't need to be here. All right? When you confront them with something, let's say you say something to them like, I don't like when you do this, or I don't like when you do that, or it feels like you don't love me. Let's say you go to the narcissist and you say something to them like, it feels like you don't love me or anything. That narcissist is going to say, if I didn't love you, why would I be here? I don't need to be here. Okay? Well, they're there for other reasons. They're not there because they love you. They're there for other reasons. But if they're telling you that I don't need to be here, it's because they don't need to be there. And they're just told on themselves because they have somebody else. So if they don't need to be there, it's because they have somebody else that they could be with. Okay? Now, next thing they do too, when they have another supply, is they tell you, nobody tells me what to do. Classic, classic, classic. So many narcissists that are juggling a lot of supply come out with this saying, and they say, nobody tells me what to do, okay? But what that narcissist is basically telling you is that I can go and do whatever the fuck I want to do, and you're not going to tell me what to do, all right? So they're basically telling you they could go and be with other supply. And at that point, when they're that independent, it's because they have other supply. So they can talk to you in a certain way. So when a narcissist talks to you in a certain way, like, I don't need you, I don't need to be here, and nobody tells me what to do, it's because they're independent and they have another supply. okay? That's showing that narcissist is independent. They don't need you, all right? And that is a big red flag that they have another supply, all right? So I think I covered everything. Woo! I'm on my rant this morning. Long podcast, but I wanted to get it all in to try to help you guys, because if I can save one life out there, it's all worth it. I never want anybody to have to go through all the mind games and the nonsense that I've been through, okay? I'm trying to save your life by not wasting time with people that are wasting your time, okay? So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. I have limited time, you guys, because I have so much going on. I mean, they're working me to death over here, okay? Also, you guys, the other thing, check out my YouTube at The Game Exposed Podcast. Do a search on my channel, and you will be able to find whatever topic on narcissism. I have over 6,000 videos, a lot on covert narcs on there, and malignant narcs, discard, etc. Okay? TikTok is The Game Exposed. Instagram is The Game EXP123. And yay, you guys, I'm back on Facebook. Go check out my Facebook at The Game EXP123. And I'm putting a lot of videos and reels on there too. And have a great day.